shrink the size of government. We want to stop the outrageous spending and the generational theft.
I don't know what to say.
It is because of that the health care.
Did you have any inkling when you got up on Monday morning it was going to be that huge? Did you have any idea? Did you?
I knew it was going to be big, not that big. Well, because I was getting a lot of emails about a week leading up to it, and the emails that I were getting, we were coming from, some of them were coming from southern Iowa, Wisconsin, a lot within our district with questions about, train stations and everything else. And
hotels, parking.
Yeah, so I anticipated, my projection was 4 to 5.
Really?
Yeah, and and I had both fingers crossed when I thought it, and then when we had 4 to 5 before the bus even showed up, we just looked and, we came to set up and there was 500 people just sitting there, and I was just like, whoa, this is great.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So, I have to say,
Debbie and Tim, tell us just a little bit about you and your what do you do every day?
As far as my profession?
Yeah.
Industrial sales rep, and I basically have opened a branch in the Midwest for a company down south for distribution of piping, valves, fittings, stuff like that for the construction industry.
So that sounds like a really an unusual fit for what you're doing in your avocation right now. Debbie, what do you do every day?
well, I am a wife and a mom. We have 3 children together, so that's the big job. And I also freelance in media. I've been a television producer for almost 20 years. So I work in the media, and I'm a mom and a wife. And a singer.
And a singer. And a recorded singer. I have your CD in my car. Yes.
Sometimes she does all 3 at once.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. So let's just kind of talk about what happened. I mean, where you want to start, where you got involved with this Tea Party movement. You have been involved, activists in your area. Where do you live?
Joliet.
Joliet.
Yeah, we live in Joliet.
So just kind of
Well, how it started is actually, in the past we've been involved in different elections or volunteering from years ago, and then of course we got to raising our family and doing things like that, and we actually moved into this district, and of course, I've always been, conservative and listen to talk radio and read books and all that type of thing, and a lot of times you don't know what to do with that energy. And lo and behold, something like the Tea Party came along in April, and it's funny how that worked out, because I was downstairs just doing my normal rant about the state of conditions in our country, and Deb was on the computer. Again. She's listening to me talk shows, talking back to them, they can't hear me, and she says, "Hey, this Tea Party thing, somebody's throwing a tea party
in our area."
In our area, and. For April 15th, so I ended up calling the lady and I said, we'll be glad to help you out, After she says, I can't listen to you anymore. So I called her and I said, we'll be glad to help you out. Well, lo and behold, this lady comes to me and says, I've never done anything like this. I had just happened to be, sign my name up, and they made me coordinator, and I don't know what to do. So, we had a little bit of background with some of the elections about 8-10 years ago. And we invited them to come over to the house. There was actually just 6 of
them. That's really the conception of just starting this group. We just kind of jumped in and said, listen, we've thrown events, we'll help. And all of a sudden we're this little family sitting around a table, and all just went out for pizza after that because we were so excited.
Well, the funny thing was, Fran, is we were reading some of the news articles about the event, and they were saying, wow, this must be, being pushed by some conservative groups or the Republican Party or whatever, all this stuff is in the newspaper. And we're looking at each other, and there's 6 of us sitting in my front room going, you gotta be kidding me. You know, and it was just reflective of actually citizens getting involved in doing something. And so often people read something more into it. And actually it was just...